basketball, then we move from there to the big game. Listen, so check the playoffs bracket now. It is taking center stage in the basketball. Now, I do start stage where three terminologies in a ruling in this stage: the clean sweep, the gentleman sweep, and the backdoor sweep. Now, check the bracket within here. The top one with the red ink, Cleveland Cavaliers over Miami Heat. And Omoye the 4-0, which means they've gotten a clean sweep over the Miami Heat, led by Tyler Hero. And then again, so check it the far left now. OKC against the Memphis Grizzlies, led by Ja Morant. Omutina Homa, OKC take your mobile, a gentleman sweep, and I say clean sweep by 4-0. And he tells you, say, the big boys are trying to show their power. And looking at how in the regular season, how OKC, a page on modern ball plus the likes of Cleveland Cavaliers, might transform that form into the playoffs proper. But series back is so interesting. The Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. The reason here said these two teams are having guys. I believe you said the next future they are going to be the face of the basketball. Talk about the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, couple of the brands friends Luka Doncic. LeBron the Vicent ni age no or 3 year painti. The next phase of the basketball within these guys. But Vicent, the first two games in 1-1, didn't feel say Lakers can pounce on their strength. But Vicent, as we speak, as of the fourth game, checking numbers the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, a drop here, 43 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in terms of 3 pointers, or making 5. Steph Curry they making. And he tells you say gradually, a branch of friends the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, take it dominance, and if they can get mini video, listen, or combine LeBron James plus a branch of friends Luka Doncic, and smoke your more using the oven. You have a highlight. Count
it and one. Edwards now crossover, gets inside to Randall, beautiful pass, and Randall puts it in.
Physicality between those two guys.
They have 40 of the 52 Laker points. Edwards drives into Laker defense. Lead back up to 8. Edwards on the drive, gets inside, he banks it home. Edwards starting to put on a show.
Look, the Ant-Man was all over, and how to protect and shield the ball and give movement is very key. And then again, to cover distance when he's not having the ball is something special. And I'll say for now, last season he was able to sweep, KD with the Phoenix Suns. On making sure, say, was also sweeping Denver Nuggets with Jokic. This time around, LeBron James plus a branch of Luka Doncic. He's hoping say, Obe facing the likes of Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors plus a branch of friends Jimmy Butler, the playoff Keno. Then we see from there. But as we speak, gradually, I believe that in the history of the basketball, so listen, 4-1 now, a difficult say you come back and make Avengers. So I think say the next game will win Lakers, and then we see how the Ants is going to do the show against the Los Angeles Lakers. But away from that, the big game, Vincent. The unique thing about Champions League, say, history, it me take center stage when it matters most. Now, history now moves to a point, say, even venues now a host finals, and Vincent, a play a major part in the competition. Until Real Madrid, what this is fact, say choose a venue for the finals. That's a more star boy from that country now. Yeah, now a tough favor. Into check history, Lisbon, Vincent, Cardiff, and the last one was Wembley, when Jude Bellingham was starting affairs for Real Madrid Bobukun. Now this season final venue a venue back anytime it's been said say you will host the Champions League finals or the alliance you always get a different winner of course team on Jibida and that history is running. But so to get these two to facing both teams and win the Champions League neither. It tells you say history about my back any team about my break it this time. Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain. Into this belief say the venue will speak for a team as a new winner. Team about my eliminating Yonku within these two ties, and they make a avenge Vincent in the finals. But so check Paris Saint-Germain. Oma invested a lot for the past years, but they've been hoping to shake hands with Paradise. That's the Champions League. Vincent, the reason here say they always invest hoping say every season they can get what they hope for, which is the Champions League. But the reason why I'm say they believe that the Champions League is won with a good attack. Into for the past years, so check is a Paris Saint-Germain moving to Champions League. They was focused on the attack. In the attack, Mbappe, Neymar, Cavani, Vincent, and Kosi Baby. We saw Neymar, Mbappe, Icardi, Vincent, and Kosi Baby. We saw Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Vincent, and Kosi Baby. It tells you, say, investing only in attack cannot give the Champions League. But this season, Oma investing more in the attack. But the unique thing from this year, previous years, near say, Lucho no I bring a certain collective play into Paris Saint-Germain team no. In the for now, say individualism and far, they can bring on board the collective play to let them work perfectly and get themselves out. But so checking this game, Dian, Paris Saint-Germain not having good record against Arsenal in the Champions League. And so checking the last 2 times on versus Arsenal, listen, Oman have very perfect results. And the last one now, within this season, no, they came and they got 2 goals man to man. And it tells you, say, Arsenal as a team, they are having a certain edge historically against Paris Saint-Germain. But so check here, at this point, you know, a moment for some people to show, say, they really want their team to progress. The goalkeepers movement, Vincent. I've never seen a Champions League, especially in the semi-finals, goalkeepers play a major part. In any game, no. So we are David Raya, Donnarumma. You must go and wear the gloves of Iker Casillas, no? You must go and wear the gloves of Vincent. Goalkeepers are much prime exploit, magical sales moment for their various teams. Until both teams are going to create chances, but the goalkeepers must stand to the test. Go and watch Liverpool now, Moji and Vincent and the Jurgen Klopp. It was, Alisson Becker against Tottenham was in the second half. You can ask Real Madrid against Liverpool. It was Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah against Thibaut Courtois. In the game, no, the 2 goalkeepers, Donnarumma plus Abrante David Raya, they are going to play a massive part of Fambo Pevison. They are going to score because both teams are attacking teams are almost wicked chances. Apart from that, so check Arsenal midfield now. There will be Rice, there will not be Party because tomorrow Party out due to suspension. Now, so check Rice. In previous years, and I said in previous times, your offensive duties no more than defensive duties. But at this point, Thomas Partey also combining what the likes of N'Golo Kante with here for their prime teams when it matters most, defensively, so to me cover grounds, cover distance, and making sure say the midfield very, very thick for the opponent. If not, listen, they are going to elude them because Paris midfield is very, very technical. And you need the technical and mechanical balance to be able to face that battle against Neves Munda midfield. We are going to see how our branch defense Declan Rice, but making sure say or involved in defensively to limit the operations of Paris Saint-Germain midfield. But again, so checking the attacking sides, especially in their game no boy and everything. Arsenal exploiting more on the left, and then again on the right. But so check the right side now, only 60.4%. It tells you say, baby, a branch defense Bukayo Saka that is where the firepower will come from. But recent and we've seen say, so who face Nuno Mendes it's a very big test for you to pass. Most than me, a lot of strikers, wingers, or mere deadly anti branch defense say Nuno Mendes. Into you're going to see how Obe tie down a branch defense Bukayo Saka because he's been the danger man up front whenever Arsenal attacking, especially on the right side. Into that battle now, all the man branch defense Mo Salah at his prime, no, we're hoping say, or that kind of element, my branch defense Bukayo Saka. But dear Bako wingers, you Modini say, when they are facing a stubborn fullback, they always use that player to make headlines. Into let's hope and see whether Bukayo Saka can make that headlines against a branch defense Nuno Mendes. Apart from that, Lewis Kelly Vincent against Real Madrid. Or still shown against Rodrigo Mo. But or facing attacker. Apart from say do make it that left side no. Adia bago key near say Paris attack no very fluid. Ousmane Dembele per the right side, a branch of Desiree Doué per the right side. Until let's see how he's going to cope with these 2 ambidextrous players in the shape of Ousmane Dembele and a branch of Desiree Doué. Away from that, so check Arsenal Vincent. They've shown say defending and limiting the sensitive areas of the pitch. Very good. In the defensively, very tight, especially to cover the sensitive zones. Makasa that time says so who attack here. A lot of teams prefer the half spaces and the zone 14. But as natural class, even against Real Madrid, they were able to cover these zones and limit spaces for them to exploit. It tells you say covering the dangerous zones and limiting opponents in those areas is something unique. But Vincent, Arsenal team here, Vincent, check him up. It is called the control zones map. Okay. Nah, o check Paris Saint-Germain crest na. I dominate. It tells you say, PSG team no, you cannot have the ball more than them. Baby red no, and I say pink remove. Actually, baby, how much you opponent the space to pass around. Inti Paris Saint-Germain are coming to dominate the ball, but Arsenal focus on the spaces. But set pieces no, Paris this is what consider 10 goals out of that. Amunya they set pieces. Now Arsenal mesram. Someone to me share 2 goals, find a way to protect the lead. Or protect the lead with advantage. I believe Arsenal can do it or Paris. But as you speak at your home ground, play very well, rely on your fans, the supporters fear factor, and do something. I believe Vincent, Arsenal are going to win this game at home. But there's hope, say, Momun consider someone winning within a margin now, Paris can come back. I believe, sir, this season, the win is favoring Arsenal. And this tie is going to show the win is waiting for them. Whoever will come as a debutant in terms of winning the Champions League, the environment is going to hail him to go into. I think Arsenal can win at home, but they should win the margin now. It will keep more advantageous going to Paris.
Thank you very much, Daniel. 0591